Being a Brendan Fraser fan, I used to always wonder what has happened to him. Where is he? And why has he disappeared from Hollywood? Later I got to know that he was going through a rough patch and has put on a lot of weight and suffering from some health issues, unfortunately. Then all of a sudden, after a few years, I heard that a movie called The Whale is going to release and will mark his comeback. I was quite excited. So as expected, the film Whale began to receive stellar reviews and standing ovations once it began to premiere at different film festivals. Like many other, my attention was quickly drawn into being curious about what director Darren Aronofsky has done. He's the same director who directed Black Swan, Requiem for a Dream, especially what's going to do with the revived Brendan Fraser, who has a very different look and get up in the film, if you have watched the trailer. My curiosity began to grow stronger when I heard the premise of the film, that the story was surrounding and talks about the hardships of a morbidly obese man suffering from a chronic heart ailment, struggling to reconnect with his estranged teenage daughter for one last chance at redemption. Quite nice and interesting, very heartwarming. So almost the entire film is filmed in the main protagonist Charlie's apartment with only around 4 to 5 characters. The idea that such a film could absorb so much attention in an age of cinema where CGI and high quality special effects reign supreme should enthrall anybody to consider watching this film. Director Darren Aronofsky has taken a play by Samuel D. Hunter and made it into a cinema, onto the celluloid. We see Brendan Fraser in a raw form portraying a character unlike anything we have really seen on our cinema screens. And the opening sequences was quite interesting. As a viewer, you will be totally hooked. You're unable to look away actually. You are engrossed by many of us deemed to be gross, yet we eagerly watch and wonder what's about to happen. What's going to happen to Charlie finally? So you just can't look away. And especially I love the beginning sequence where Charlie speaks so calmly, eloquently and intelligently to a group of students on the internet. So a Zoom conversation is on, Charlie is a professor. And while all the students' faces are shown on the internet Zoom screen, a blank screen which the name is instructor that's what the students can only see. All these students are completely unaware of the desperately sad, emotional, lonely and grossly overweight figure which is sitting behind the screen until the climax. So there are scenes in this movie that will leave you emotionally wrecked, as you can't help but be deeply moved by many of the heart-wrenching sequences. As Charlie valiantly tries to reconnect with the teenage daughter he abandoned when she was around 8 years old. His daughter, Ellie, played by the very talented Sadie Sink, is however full of hate and disgust for her father, and she treats him with absolute disdain. Well, no more spoilers. Watch The Whale, which is streaming on Sony LIV. A good recommendation.